Ever since I made my Rocket Jumper 2.0 video, I have gotten a flood of comments saying the effects of the Liberty Launcher and gunboats do not stack, and it has turned into a total shitstorm of people fighting in the comment section of the video. So I'm going to prove here, once and for all, whether they stack or not. First, we need the average of health taken for each rocket jumper by a rocket jump. Upon testing this, the stock's average came to 42 HP lost per rocket jump. Next, the Liberty Launcher, which came to an average of 31 HP lost per jump. Now let's see if that lines up with the fact that the Liberty Launcher is supposed to have a 25% damage reduction to rocket jumping, giving each shot only 75% of its regular damage. So, 75% of stock's 42 HP is 31.5. Yeah, that seems to be about right. I mean, I would have thought that it would round up to 32, but I see why TF2 wouldn't do that. Have you take even a little more damage than you should have? Maybe for that reason they round down to the lower number? Well, in that case, 31 HP lost is accurate with the 75% of 42 HP being 31.5. Good, so we know TF2's percentages are not off here, assuming the rest of the numbers also round down. Next, the average HP lost with stock while wearing gunboats. It came to an average cost of only 16 HP per jump. Now, is that accurate with the 60% damage reduction of the gunboats? Let's see, 40% of 42 is 16.8. Huh. Okay, the average should be nearly 17 at this point, but this kinda confirms that the numbers are being rounded down here. Okay, that is super weird for math's sake, because we should be rounding up, but I see why TF2 would do it this way. Okay, now let's see what the average damage taken with the Liberty Launcher with the gunboats is. It is 12 HP lost per jump. Okay, so let's test that with a 60% damage reduction. 40% of 31 is 12.4. Well, that's accurate as well to our tests. Well then, do they stack? Let's see, if the rockets do 42 damage per jump, and with a 85% damage reduction, it would be 15% of 42, which is 6.3. Or if they round down 6. Huh. So it looks like they don't actually stack to an 85% resistance. Well shoot, I guess it is just because the Liberty Launcher does less damage overall, so you do less damage to yourself. But wait, what about the direct hit? It has a 25% damage bonus but no rocket jump resistance, so it must damage you more. Well, let's see what the average damage per rocket jump of the direct hit is. So after running some tests on the direct hit, it seems that you have the exact same self-inflicted damage as stock. That's weird. You would think that if it does more damage overall, it would do more damage to you if the Liberty Launcher does 25% less damage to you because of its 25% damage reduction. Wait a minute. 25% less damage? 25% less damage when rocket jumping. Okay, let's take a look at the airstrike. I know it has 15% less damage, but does that affect the rocket jumping? Yes, it has 15% less damage, but also 15% less damage when jumping as a separate stat. Wait a minute. They do not do less damage to you while you are jumping because they do less damage overall. Self-damage is totally separate from damage to players. This is probably why the rocket jumper has the stats no self-inflicted blast damage taken and 100% damage penalty separate. Not just to show the positive and negative, but because they are two different types of damage. In that case, the numbers cannot be correct for the Liberty Launcher, because it should be hurting you more if it does not stack. In fact, with the gunboats, it should be hurting you for 16 HP, not 12. What if instead of the effects adding to 85% resistance, it is actually a 60% resistance and then 25% of that 60%? Okay, let's do the math and try this. So 40% of 42 is 16.8. Now let's add the 25% resistance, so 75% of 16.8, and it comes to 12.6 HP. And because it seems the numbers of TF2 always round down unless you actually make it to a full number of HP it should remove based on the amount of HP lost from the stock rocket launcher coming to 16.8, but the average damage taken is only 16 HP, and the math saying the Liberty Launcher should lose 31.5 HP on jump while the average is just 31 HP, so with that in mind, it should come to 12 HP loss per jump if, in fact, the 25% resistance stacks with the already in place 60% resistance of the gunboats rather than just adding together. And Well, what do you know? The average damage of the Liberty Launcher and Gunboats is 12 HP loss per jump. So while not the 85% I thought it would be initially when I first saw the stats, they do stack. They just do not add together to make 85% resistance. Just 25% resistance to the already in place 60% resistance of the Gunboats. So there you have it. Since the rocket's self-damage does not seem to affect the user whatsoever thanks to the stats of the direct hit, the Liberty Launcher should be doing 16 HP per jump and not 12 HP per jump. These numbers are tiny, but there it is. They do stack, so everyone who is getting into these long shitposting fights in the comments section,
shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
it is not 85% resistance, and it is not 60% resistance of the Gunboats. They do stack, but not the way you think. Both sides of this shitposting argument are wrong. Now get over it, hug, make up with each other, and leave me to rocket jump with my near direct upgrade to the rocket jumper in peace. Thank you. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I apologize for the general tone in this video, but you guys gotta understand. The fighting in the Rocket Jumper 2.0 video and going back and forth on all this shitposting comments and everything, it got so bad that 70% of all of the incoming comments on that video were immediately put into spam because people were fighting so much they thought that they were just spam posting. So hopefully you see why I'm kind of frustrated with that and why I had to make a video and step in to be like, hey guys, this is how it is. It's not that they don't stack, and it's not that they stack to 85%. So yeah, it turns out both sides in the argument were incorrect. Well, except for like 2 people in the comment section that actually hit the nail on the head first time they commented. So good on you guys that actually got that. But yeah, that's like 2 people versus 200. Anyway, sorry for not having any real gameplay in the background while I was talking about this. Hopefully it wasn't too boring, but I wanted to have that kind of makeshift chart up there to like have something visual to keep in your mind, because I know there's a lot of numbers being thrown around, and I thought that like a visual representation like that would be really helpful to helping people understand what I'm doing here and how I'm figuring out these numbers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, hopefully you understand why I had to go out of my way and make this video, just to show that yeah, they do stack, just not the way everyone's saying they do. Because it was really getting really bad there. But hopefully this answers it for everybody, and hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'll be back to my usual TF2 videos in the next one, so for now, hopefully you enjoyed this one and found it interesting at least, and I hope all of you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.